Yeah.
No, don't cut that.
What? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Wild Willow. So I was not expecting to actually make this video today. I'm getting over being sick, but I had a lovely surprise this morning. I was expecting this package to come at the end of February, but she's here now, and that is fine by me. I am so freaking stoked about this. So the package behind me is the Titan 2750 watt. You guys, I am so stoked about this. You have no idea. I've been running all my jobs on a diode and my Nova, and it's just not cutting it, okay? So what I want to do today, this unexpected video, I want to do an unboxing. I don't know if I'm going to get everything done tonight. It might bleed into the next day, but overall, what we're going to be doing today-ish tomorrow, I want to run some material tests on this thing so that by the end of tomorrow, I will be able to start some jobs on this thing because I am in desperate need of this thing right here, okay? So I'm so stoked. Love you guys. Let's go. I'm so excited.
No, we're gonna have to get those other ones removed. I don't think so.
So if you guys plan on buying a laser, you need to make sure you have a pry bar, because if you don't, you're screwed. Me and Joel were like, let's set up the phone. We got to record us building this ramp for the machine to come down. Lo and behold, Thunder Laser, they just show up, dude.
They just think of everything.
They think of everything.
Little mini ramps.
We got ramps.
They sent ramps with.
They routed out grooves in the plywood for us to put our ramps in there because there's little lips on here. So that's super freaking handy. So let's put these in here. These lips are on the outside so that your laser doesn't fall over. So we're ready to go. Give it a little push.
See how those little guys are there now? Because that would have been off the side probably.
We have to make this official, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boom!
So do you have to tape this to seal it so no air comes out?
Yeah, I've noticed in the past when I've took them off that you'll see like dust and stuff built up in there. So that's telling me that it's not sealed that good. And it's just two pieces of metal sliding. So I always seal all the seams and I seal all the lines here and stuff just to...
All right, so we're getting it put on to the laser. We're taping it on to make sure it's super secure.
Most people probably wouldn't have to do this. They'd be using the ducting that came with it, and you can just hose clamp it on there. But because we're running everything straight up,
We needed to use the elbow.
yeah, it's better, more convenient for me anyway to use an elbow to get us going that direction.
Our bag with our keys in it, and then these are the scanning offsets that you are going to put into LightBurn, so make sure you keep everything, don't lose it. Our manual focus tool right here. So keep all your stuff, put it aside, and now I'm gonna cut this up right here. So in this bag right here, we have our antennas for our Wi-Fi.
No, don't cut that.
What? Oh my gosh. Joel thinks he's so funny. I just found out actually is that this laser has a vacuum table. That's what all of this is down here. And it has a tray that just pulls out. So all of your crumbs and everything, or if you're cutting out little pieces, if it falls through or whatever, it's gonna fall in here. So this is gonna be really easy to clean. I am super excited about that vacuum table because it is going to be an amazing resource for us whenever I am running my leatherette on this laser. It's gonna suck that leatherette down, and it's just gonna be super easy to use. So I'm really excited about that feature. All right, so Joel just finished up the exhaust. We got it all taped all the way around, and we got it hooked up to our exhaust system. Yay. All right, so we got our power supply right here. You got to plug it in and twist it.
So one of the last things we got to hook up here is just our air lines. We have a little water separator right here at the laser, but we also have a bigger one at our air compressor. So this is just like a secondary one. And I think that should do. Oh shoot! Plugged into the wrong thing. That's the drain. Okay, there we go. Now we'll just hook from here over here to the laser, and we'll have air set up. Oh, then we just got to run the Ethernet cable, plug it in right here, and we'll be ready to go. Turn it on, I think.
Let's do it. Okay, so we put the laser, I think it was like 10.5 inches off the wall on both sides. We made sure it was perfect. Now that we have it in place, we got to bring all these, what are they called? Legs?
Legs?
Yeah. We got to bring all these legs down and tighten them down with a wrench. Okay, now that we got everything plugged in, ready to go, the next step is we have to level this bad boy. So I got a level right here. Our legs down here. We put all the legs down so that the wheels are barely off of the ground. And then we are going to find out our lowest points, and we're just going to keep rising those areas until we are completely level. So let's get this on.
All right, so one more step. Because we're using external air, you're going to have to unhook your air right here and plug in. They have it just ready here for you. So it's cut, everything's ready. You just have to plug it into where this one's going, because currently this runs back here. If you can you get back there? That's where your air pump is that comes with the laser. But we're going to use external air. And that one actually works pretty well, but since we have air readily available, we're going to go ahead and use that.
Okay. There's a panel right here. You can see our air compressor. The tools that they provide you, they have these Allen wrenches. So I unscrewed all the bolts off, took this panel off.
Yeah,
we got to disconnect this air pump so that it stops pushing air out. And I believe it's this right here. I'm not going to be able to record me doing it, but you are just going to have to pinch and pull it off, and it will disconnect it, and then the air will start running off of this instead of this. Okay, so we hooked up our air, and we set our pressure, what we want it at. So everything's hooked up and ready to go.
So sick, dude.
That looks so cool with the lights. We got lights that come underneath here as well. That looks so sharp.
All right. So now we're going to load the laser or connect it to LightBurn. So to do that, we're going to go into LightBurn, and we're going to go into devices, and we're going to go into import. Now with your laser in the bag that has your scanning offsets, there's going to be a thumb drive, and you're going to want to have that in your computer. And inside of that, we're going to hit the Titan series. And it has a bunch of other stuff in there. It has the laser maker software, has these calibrations for your camera. We haven't even gone into that yet, but I'm sure we'll be using that eventually. But you're going to go into communication settings for LightBurn. And then you're going to go for us. We want Ethernet. So we're going to select that one. And now that's imported in. And the file is created for LightBurn. Now we can select the laser from our list over here.
So when it comes to the Ethernet, we did it on our Nova. It was a little tricky. We assumed that it was kind of the same process with our Titan, but it is a little bit different. Me and Joel are no experts when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I did hit up Thunder Lasers customer service. I put in a ticket through email, and they actually got back to me on a Saturday very quickly, and they explained to us what we needed to do. In their email, they said that we need to assign an IP to the machine that is outside our router's DHCP range. Okay, it sounds confusing. But we did a quick Google search on how to figure out the range, right?
How to find an IP address outside of that range.
Yeah. So we did that, and it was actually really easy on Google. And then once we figured that out, what did we do with the...
You just put that address into both LightBurn and into the laser.
Okay, so we did that, and we're going to show you how we did that so this all makes sense, because I know it can kind of sound a little confusing.
Okay, now that we imported those settings into LightBurn, now we're going to have to set the IP address so that we can be connected through Ethernet. Okay, so once you're back in LightBurn and we've already made the file, so we're going to drop down to our Titan 27 with Ethernet. And we already put these in, but I'll show you where we put these settings and the IP address in. It's under the device settings, the little wrench and screwdriver, and then go to basic settings. And right here, you'll be able to put in the matching IP address, the one that we created and we found, and the same one that we put into our laser right here. And as soon as we did that, our laser was connected and we were ready to go. Okay, so to put the IP address that you get into the machine, you just go into Menu, Internet, LAN, and then you enter the IP address there, hit OK, and you're set on the machine.
Something that really caught my eye with this laser that I'm super stoked about is that it does go 3,000 millimeters a second with an 8G acceleration. If you don't know much about that kind of stuff, it's totally fine. All you need to know is that this thing is freaking fast. So a really cool feature with the Titan, it is an upgrade compared to the Nova, is the autofocus. Get your material in the laser bed, make sure everything's clear from the laser nozzle where it's going to be touching. You come up here to your screen, hit autofocus, hit OK. And it's done. Okay, so we got two material tests that I did, one on the tri-layer acrylic. Both these are from Lone Star. This is the stainless steel black to white, and this is the rawhide heritage. So I ended up turning this off because it wasn't necessary. But something that is super awesome that I wasn't sure if this laser was going to be able to do is that I'm able to get light shade engravings in here. And I like to use those shades for my hat patches to add a little bit of contrast to my hat patches. And then the other thing, so I don't have time to figure this out right now, but as you can see in this, I'm not able to access that bottom base layer in one pass. For now, I am going to run two passes, a first pass and then a cleanup pass. If anyone has any success in running this type of material with a laser like mine or anything similar, and you're able to get that bottom base layer in one pass, please let me know, because I've always had to run two passes, but it's okay for now. But yeah, super happy with this. Now I can start running a sample patch. Okay, sample patch is done, and it looks freaking killer, dude. Like, this turned out amazing, super crisp and clean. And something that I was super happy about is that when I cut it out, no black residue fell onto my white engraving. It's clean and it's ready to go. I hardly even have to clean this patch, which is a huge plus, because on my Nova, something that I ran into all the time is when I would cut out my patches, the residue from the cut, the black, that middle layer, whatever it was, would bleed onto my base layer, and it was always a pain in the butt to get off. But this cut out perfectly. It turned out great. And I literally don't even actually think I have to clean this. This is just ready to go. So I'm super happy with this. Okay, so before we close the video, I want to go over some really awesome things about this laser. Starting off with their RF tube. Some of you guys might not know this, but not all RF tubes are the same. In fact, the one with the Titan is the Iradian. I think I'm saying that right. But it is the #1 RF tube on the market, so that is a huge plus. So lastly, another amazing feature about this laser is that it has a lid cam and a head cam. And what that works great for is print and cut. At the moment, I don't know pretty much anything about that right now, but down the road, we are gonna get a UV printer and it's going to come in handy for that. But overall, you guys, this laser is absolutely fantastic. I have never been so excited about a laser until I got this one. I'm so excited to use it. I'm gonna be making a lot more videos down the road of projects that I'm gonna be running on this. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to put it in the comments. I'm happy to help you guys. That's a wrap for today's video. This video took us a few days to do. Notice the outfit changes, but we're finally done and we're excited to put this machine to work. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I will see you next time. Peace out.